Hello guys, welcome back to Mogi Craft. So guess what guys, I have something amazing for you today. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how I made this mini heart pulse beaded bag. Hope you can see it's so beautiful for your events, for your parties, So let me know what you think about this tutorial guys in the comment section. And in case you're new here, please consider subscribing for more amazing tutorials on this very channel guys. Alright, so let's go straight to the video. So the materials that you shall need our pearl beads. Hope you can see these are pearl beads. If you can see, they're really beautiful and shining. Okay, so then you will need your fishing line. This is a fishing line. All right, so this is size 0.80 millimeters of the fishing line. All right, so now we are ready to go. Now the first step, you're going to have part of your fishing line. You're going to have part of your string. Okay, you're going to have part of your string. Okay, now when you're beginning, you're going to start with 5 beads. Okay, we're going to begin with 5 beads. All right, so you're going to have our 5 beads. All right, so after getting 5 beads, so you're going to first put 4 beads into the string. You're going to put 4 beads into your fishing line. Okay, like this. All right, so after putting your 4 beads, now you're going to get your 5th bead. It's the one you'll be using to tie with. Okay, so intercross the both sides of the strings into this 1 bead, like this. So you make sure that both sides of the strings, the edges are on the same level like this. Then you push the last bead down, this you pull. All right, so when you pull, it gives you this ring. After pulling, it gives you this ring like this. Okay, after pulling. All right, so now we're going to consider 6 beads. Okay, so we're going to have 5 beads. Since you already have 1 bead here, we're going to have 5 beads. Okay, we're going to have 5 beads. So we're going to put 2 beads on the right hand side and 2 beads on the left hand side. Then we close with 1 bead. Okay, so we're going to have 5 beads. So I'm going to first put 2 beads on my right hand side. 2 beads on my right hand side. Then I also have other 2 beads on my left hand side. So I'm going to have my left hand side. I also put 2 beads. Okay, this. So put 2 beads. So after that, then I'm going to have the last bead. It's the one I'll be using to tie with. Okay, I tie with the last bead like this. Then I pull. And I pull. All right. So after pulling, this sort gives you, see, the first ring is small, the second ring is big. Okay, so we're going to continue with 6 beads again. So we're going to have again 5 beads. All right, since we already have 1 bead here, so we're going to have 5 beads again. Okay, so we're going to put 2 beads on the right, 2 beads on the left. Okay, then we tie with 1 bead. So we're going to have 5 beads. So we're going to first put 2 beads on the left hand side. Okay, we're going to first put 2 beads on the left hand side like this. Okay, then I'm going to put 2 more beads on the right hand side. I'm going to put 2 other beads on the right hand side like this. Then after doing that, now I'm going to have the 5th bead, the one I'll be using to intercross with like this. Then I pull. Make sure I pull. Right, then I make sure I pull. Right, so we're going to continue the same process. We're going to consider again 5 beads. We're going to have again 5 beads. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 beads on the left hand side of the string. I'm going to put 2 beads on the left hand side of the string like this. And I'm also going to put 2 beads on the right hand side of the string as well. So I'm going to put 2 beads on the right hand side as well like this. And I'm going to have the last bead, the one I'm using to tie with. Okay, using the last bead to tie with. Then I'm going to pull. Make sure I pull. Make sure I pull like this. Okay. All right. So we're going to continue again. Another round. We're going to consider 5 beads again. Okay. We're going to consider 5 beads again. I'm going to put 2 beads on the left hand side again. Same process. I'm going to put 2 beads on the left hand side like this. Then on my right again, I'm also going to put 2 beads as well. I'm going to put 2 beads as well on the right hand side of the string. I'm going to put 2 beads again also on the right hand side of the string like this. I'm going to have the last bead, and I pull like this, okay? Then I pull. Hope you can see. You can see this is how it looks like. So I'm going to do the last round, all right? So I'm going to do the last round. So make sure you move 6 times, okay? You move 6 times. So this already 5 times, all right? So we're going to move the last round, which is the 6th time, all right? So we're going to move the last round. So here, I want you to pay attention here. So now again, we're going to have again 5 beads, all right? We're going to have again 5 beads, okay? So this time around, we are going to put 3 beads on this side and 1 bead on the left hand side, all right? So I'm going to have my right hand side. I'm going to first put 3 beads on my right hand side, okay? Like this, okay? I'm going to first put 3 beads on my right hand side, all right? Then I get to my left hand side. I'm going to have my left hand side. I'm going to put 1 bead, all right? So you put 3 beads on your right and 1 bead on your left, all right? So you're going to get again your right hand side of the string where there are 3 beads, all right? So you're going to have again 1 bead, then you intercross the both sides of the strings into this 1 bead, okay? Then you're going to pull, and you're going to make sure you pull, and make sure you pull, all right? So when you pull, you have something like this, okay? The strings are facing upward. You have something like this, okay? So after doing that, now we are going to have our 6 beads pattern, okay? Now again, you need 5 beads to continue this process here up here, all right? So we're going to have 5 beads since there is already 1 bead on top here. So we're going to have 5 beads again. We're going to have 5 beads again. So we're going to consider the right hand side of the string, right? The right hand side of the string, we're going to have 5 beads. So we're going to first put 4 beads into the string. So we're going to first put 4 beads into the string like this, right? After putting 4 beads into the string, you're going to have the last bead, the 5th bead, it's the one we'll be using to tie with. So you get the other side of the string, you intercross into this 1 bead, this, then you're going to pull, then you pull, and make sure you pull like this, and you pull like this, okay? So after pulling, now I'm going to have this lower string of mine enter into these 2 next beads, okay? This string is going to enter into these 2 next beads at the same time, okay? So this string here is going to enter into these 2 next beads. So this is the first bead, okay? This is the first bead. After entering the first bead, it's going to enter into the second bead as well, like this, right? Like that. Then you pull. Then after that, I'm going to have 3 beads, okay? After doing that, I'm going to have only 3 beads. I'm going to have 3 beads, okay? 3 beads. I'm going to consider this upper string. I'm going to consider this upper string here on the right hand side. I'm going to consider this upper string here on the right hand side, all right? So I'm going to have 2 beads into the string first. So I'm going to first put 2 beads into the string. This 2 beads into the string. Then after doing that, I'm going to have the 3rd bead, the one I'll be using to tie with, okay? I'll be using the 3rd bead to tie with. Then I intercross, then I pull. Then I pull like this, okay? So after pulling, remember now we are considering 6 beads, okay? 6 beads rings, right? So now after that, I'm going to have this lower string again enter into the next 2 beads. It's going to enter into the next 2 beads. It's the first one, right? Then it goes into the next bead. Then I pull again, right? So after doing that, now again I'm going to have 3 beads. Again, I'm going to have 3 beads, okay? I'm going to have 3 beads. So I'm going to put 2 beads into this string, then I tie with 1 bead. So I'm going to first put 2 beads. I'm going to first put 2 beads into the string. Two beads into the string, like this. I'm going to first put 2 beads into the string, and I'm going to have the 3rd bead. It's the one I'll be using to tie with, okay? I'll be using the 3rd bead to tie with it like this. Then I pull. then I pull, alright, then I pull. So after pulling, then I'm going to have my lower string here, my lower string enter into the next two beads. I'm going to have my lower string enter into the next two beads like this. This is the first bead, then it's going to enter to the next bead again as well, right, like this. So this time around, since you have reached the extreme end, we're going to consider this other string on the left. All right, so I'm going to consider this other string on the left, but this time around we're going to be using still 3 beads. Okay, we're going to be using 3 beads still, but we're going to consider this string on the left hand side, all right, the opposite side. So we're going to have 2 beads into the string first. So we first put 2 beads into the string like this. After putting 2 beads, now you're going to have the third bead. It's the one you'll be using to tie with. Okay, so you intercross the both sides of the strings into this one bead like this. Then you pull, right, then you pull like this. Okay, then you pull. So after pulling, this is the shape that it gives you. So after pulling, now I'm going to have this string on my right enter to the next bead. Okay, I'm going to have this string here enter to the next one pearl bead. Okay, so the string here is going to enter to this next pearl bead like this, right? It's going to enter to the next pearl bead like that. Okay, so after doing that, now I'm going to have 4 beads again. Okay, so I'm going to have 4 beads, right? So if you want, you can twist it like this for so that you can use it properly, right? So I've twisted it around, right? So here I have 2 beads, so I'm going to have 4 beads. When you're starting, you're going to have 4 beads. Okay, 4 beads. So I'm going to consider this string here on my right still, on my right. So I'm going to first put 3 beads into this string, 3 beads into this string like this. Then I'm going to have the 4th bead. The 4th bead is the one I'll be using to tie with. So intercross the both sides of the strings like this. Then I pull, then I pull, then I pull, right? Then I pull. So after pulling, I'm going to have my lower string enter into the next 2 beads. Okay, this lower string here on my right is going to enter into the next 2 beads. The first one, right, this is the first bead, then it's going to enter again into the second bead. Okay, like this. Okay, so after doing that, now I'm going to have again 3 beads. I'm going to consider this string here, upper string here on my right. So I'm going to first put 2 beads, okay, into the string like this. After putting 2 beads, now I'm going to have the 3rd bead, the one I'll be using to tie with. So I'll be tying with the 3rd bead like this, intercross the both sides of the strings like this. Then I'm going to pull. Then I pull like this. Okay, then I pull. Okay, and fix it like this. Then I pull. After pulling, I'm going to do the same. This lower string is going to go into these 2 next beads. Okay, like this. I'm going to go into the next 2 beads like this. All right. So after doing that, now I'm going to have this lower string here, this upper string here. The upper string I'm going to have again 3 beads. Okay, I'm going to have 3 beads. So I'm going to first put 2 beads into this upper string like this. First put 2 beads into this upper string, then I'm going to have the 3rd bead. It's the one I'll be using to tie with. Okay, I'll be using the 3rd bead to tie with it like this. Intercross the both sides. Then I pull. Like this. Alright. So after pulling, then I'm going to have again this lower string enter into the next 2 beads. Okay. So I'm going to enter to the next 2 beads like this. Alright. I'm going to enter to the next 2 beads. After doing that, now I'm going to have again 3 beads. Alright, I'm going to have again 3 beads. So I'll be using this upper string. I'll be considering this upper string here. I'm going to first put 2 beads into this string like this. Then I'm going to have the 3rd bead. It's the one I'll be using to tie with. Okay, using the 3rd bead to tie with it like this. Then I pull. Okay, so after doing that, again I'm going to have this lower string enter into the next 2 beads. Okay, it's going to enter into the next beads. Okay, like this. Okay, so after doing that, again, instead of using this other side, remember you're not yet reached at the end. Again, you're going to continue this same process. Okay, you're going to continue the same process again. You're going to have again 3 beads still. So you're going to consider still this part here, this upper string here. All right, so you're going to first put 2 beads again. Okay, you're going to first put 2 beads again, then you're going to have the third bead. It's the one you'll be using to tie with. Okay, using the third bead to tie with it, then you pull, then you're going to pull like this. All right, so after pulling again, you're going to have this lower string enter into this 1 bead. Okay, this whole lower string is going to enter this to 1 bead, only 1 bead. All right, only 1 bead. Okay, so after putting it into this 1 bead, you're going to have to use this 5 bead pattern. Okay, so you're going to need 3 beads again. Okay, you're going to have again 3 beads to make 5. Okay, so you're going to consider this string on your left, the opposite side of the string. So you're going to have you're going to first put 2 beads into this opposite side of the string like this on your left, like that. So after doing that, now I'm going to have the third bead. It's the one I'll be using to tie with. So I interpose the other side of the string to this 1 bead like this, then I pull, all right, then I pull. So when you pull, it gives you this shape. All right, it gives you this shape. All right, so after that, now I'm going to have this side of the string on my right enter into the next bead before I start putting any beads. Okay, so it's going to first enter into the next bead. It's going to first enter into the next bead like this. So you put it into the next bead. And first put it into the next bead like this, then you pull. Right, you can twist it this other side so that you can move very well. All right, so after putting it into the next bead, now you're going to have again 4 beads. Okay, so you're going to start again with 4 beads. Okay, again you're going to have 4 beads. So you're going to consider this string on your right hand side. You're going to consider 4 beads. Okay, you're going to consider 4 beads. So you're going to first put 3 beads into the string like this. Then you're going to have the 4th bead. It's the one you'll be using to tie with. Okay, you'll be using it to tie with this, okay, using it to tie with it like this. Okay, like that. After doing that, now you're going to have your lower string enter to the next 2 beads, enter to the next 2 beads like this. Okay, going to enter to the next 2 beads like that. So after putting it into the next 2 beads, now again you're going to have 3 beads. You're going to have 3 beads. Okay, you're going to have 3 beads. You're going to consider this upper string still on your right. So you're going to have first put 2 beads into this string. Right, you're going to first put 2 beads into this string. And again, you're going to have the 3rd bead. It's the one you'll be using to tie with. Okay, the one you'll be using to tie with. So you intercross the both sides of the strings like this. Then you pull. All right. So after doing that, after pulling, again you're going to have this lower string enter to the next 2 beads. Then again you use 3 beads until you reach this extreme end. All right. So we've reached the extreme end. All right. So you do the same thing. You get this string go through the 2 next beads. Okay. So after doing that, now I'm going to have this opposite side of my string on the left. All right. I'm going to have again 3 beads still. I'm going to have 3 beads. So I'm going to first put 2 beads into this left hand side of the string. Right, I'm going to first put 2 beads, then I'm going to have the 3rd bead. It's the one I'll be using to tie with. Okay, so I interpose the both sides of the strings into this 1 bead, then I pull. Right, then I pull like this. All right, so after pulling, this is what it gives you. All right, so after doing that, now I'm going to have this lower string here and I do the next bead. Okay, I'm going to have this lower string here and I do the next bead, like this. All right, so you can twist it around. Yeah, you can twist it around so that you can use it properly. All right, after putting your string into the next 2 beads, now what you're going to do now, you're still going to consider 4 beads. Okay, you're going to consider 4 beads. Okay, so this is my right hand side of the string. I'm going to first put 3 beads into the string. I'm going to first put 3 beads into the string like this. All right, then I'm going to have my 4th bead. It's the one I'll be using to tie with. Okay, I'm using my 4th bead to tie with it. Okay, like this. All right, so after doing that, now again I'm going to have this lower string enter to the next 2 beads. It's going to enter to the next 2 beads like this. All right, so after putting it into the next 2 beads, now I'm going to have again 3 beads. I'm going to have again 3 beads. I'm going to have again 3 beads. Alright, so I'm going to first put 2 beads into the string. I'm going to first put 2 beads into the string like this. Then I'm going to have the third beads, the one I'll be using to tie with. Okay, I'm using the third bead to tie with it like this. I interpost, then I pull, then I pull like this, then I pull. Okay, so after pulling again, I'm going to have my lower string. I'm going to have my lower string enter to the next 2 beads again as well, like this. Okay, after doing that again, I'm going to have 3 beads. I'm going to have again 3 beads. So I'm going to first put 2 beads into this string, this upper string here. I'm going to first put 2 beads. Then I'm going to have the third bead, the one I'll be using to tie with. So I'm using the third bead to tie with it like this. I interpose the two sides of the string, then I pull, right? Then I pull. So after pulling, now I'm going to have again the lower string enter to the next 2 beads. This lower string is going to enter to the next 2 beads like this. Okay. So after putting it into the next 2 beads, now this time around I'm going to consider this other string on the left hand side, this one, right? It's the one I'll be considering. So I'm going to have 3 beads again. So I'm going to consider this side of the string. So I'm going to first put 2 beads into the string. I'm going to first put 2 beads into the string like this. Then I'm going to have the other beads, the one I'll be using to intercross with. So I'll be intercrossing with this third bead like this, like that. All right. So after doing that, now we are going to go on the last round. We're going to have our last round here, right up here. So what you do now, you're going to have this string on your right. I'm going to have this string on your left, on the right hand side, like this one. It's going to enter into this one next bead like this. It's going to enter into this one next bead like that. All right. So after doing that, now I'm going to have 3 beads. Okay, so we're going to have our 5 beads ring here. So now we're going to have 3 beads. Since we already have 2 beads here, we're going to have 3 beads to make our 5 beads pattern. All right, so you can twist it like this. Okay, so we're going to have 3 beads. Okay, we're going to have 3 beads. So you're going to have your right hand side of the string. You're going to first put 2 beads. You're going to first put 2 beads like this. So putting 2 beads, now you're going to have the third bead. It's the one you'll be using to tie with. Okay, using the third bead to tie with it like this. Then you pull like this. Okay, all right. So after pulling now we're going to have this lower string. It's going to have this lower string enter to the next 2 beads. It's going to enter to the next 2 beads. Right, this lower string is going to enter to the next 2 beads like this. This is the first bead, and this is the second bead like this. All right. Yeah, but this time around, instead of putting 5 beads ring, you're going to put 6 beads ring. So here you're going to need 3 beads. Okay, you're going to have 3 beads. Okay, you're going to have 3 beads like this. So you're going to first put 2 beads into a string like this. Then you're going to have the last bead. It's the one I'm using to tie with. Okay, using the last bead to tie with like this. Then you pull, like this. Okay, then you pull. So after pulling now we're going to have this lower string here enter the next 2 beads again as well, right? I'm going to enter the next 2 beads as well like this. So then this is the first bead, then this is the second bead as well. You put it into the next bead again like this. All right, so after reaching here, now you can decide to use this other side of a string, but this time around you're going to only have again 2 beads. You're going to only have 2 beads. We consider the 5 beads pattern ring. Okay, so you're going to have only 2 beads like this. So you're going to first put 1 bead into the string, then you're going to have the second bead. It's the one I'm using to tie with. So be tying with the second bead like this, intercross like this, then you pull, all right, then you pull. All right, so remember what to consider here. We consider the 5 beads ring, then we go to the 6 beads ring, then again we go to the 5 beads ring. Okay, so here we are done with our first part. So what you do now, you're going to make sure you tie your string. So how do you tie your string? You just make sure they go through the different beads. They go through the different beads up to down, the same thing this side, then you cut your string. All right, after tying your string, this is how it looks like. All right, this is what it looks like. Okay, so now what we're going to do now, we are going to make another part this side. All right, another part this side. Okay, the same thing with the same process we used here. This part here is the same process we're going to do to make this other part here. Okay, so when making the part, it's going to look like this. It's going to look like this. Okay, it's going to look like this when you're done making the other side as well. Okay, when you're done working on the other side, this is how it looks like. Remember, this our first part. This is how it was, right? So this is our first part here. Okay, this is our first part. Now we worked on this other part. Okay, so worked on this other part. Okay, the same process we used here is the same process we're going to consider this side as well. 6 beads, 6 beads. Okay, this is our middle part. 6 beads, 6 beads, 5 beads, 5 beads. Okay, again the same process. All right, so you'll be considering the same process you used here. Okay, so after doing that, when you're done that part, now you repeat the same thing twice. Okay, you do another part. Okay, these are two sides. These are two sides. Okay, and these are the sides that we're going to use to join them together like this. Okay, so after making these two other sides, after making these two sides like this, now we're going to have to join them. Okay, we're going to have to join them. So you're going to have part of your string. You're going to have part of your string. Okay, you're going to have part of your string. So now you're going to consider these two beads here. Okay, you're going to consider these two beads at the extreme end. Okay, so you can count from here. You can count from here 1, 2, 3. Okay, these two beads. Okay, on the fourth, in the fourth ring here. So you can consider from up here 1, 2, 3, 4. This fourth ring, you're going to consider these two beads. Okay, so these two beads are the ones you're going to put your string in both beads. Okay, you're going to put your strings into the both beads. So this is the first bead, then you're going to put into the next bead again as well, like this. Okay, so your string is going to enter into these two beads. Okay, so after doing that, after putting your string into these two beads, now you're going to have one bead. Okay, you're going to have one bead. You're going to have one bead. So you're going to put your one bead into this upper string here. This upper string here, right? So you're going to put one bead to this upper string. Okay, you're going to put one bead like that. So after putting one bead, now again you bring the other side. You bring the other side. Okay, again you're going to consider also these two beads. Okay, you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the fourth circle, you consider these two beads on the fourth circle. Okay, so you're going to have your string, this part of the string entered with this string here, these two beads like this. So this is the first bead, and again you're going to put into the next bead like this. Okay, you're going to put into the next bead like that. Okay, then you pull. So you make sure the both sides are on the same, both sides of the string are on the same level. After adjusting the string, now you're going to have one bead. It's the one you'll be using to tie with here. Okay, so you're going to only have one bead. You're going to have one bead. It's the one you're going to use to intercross the both sides of the string like this. You're going to intercross the both sides of the string like this. Then you pull. Then you pull very well. You pull properly. Okay, you pull. Okay, after pulling, now you're going to continue the same process. This string is going to enter to the next two beads, and this other side is going to enter to the next two beads. Okay, so you're going to have this string on your right. It's going to enter to the next two beads. It's going to enter to the next two beads like this. Okay, like that. So after doing that, now again you're going to have this other side of the string. You're going to have this other side of the string. It's going to enter also into the next two beads. Okay, it's going to enter to the next two beads again. It's like this. This is the first one. It's the first bead, and again you're going to put it into the next bead again, like this. Then you pull. Okay, make sure you pull. Okay, so after pulling, now again I'm going to have one bead. It's the one I'll be using to tie with. Okay, I'll be tying with one bead. I'm going to have one bead, so I intercross the both sides of the strings into this one bead like this, intercross like this. All right, then I'm going to pull, and I'm going to make sure I pull. So then you can join them together like this. Okay, you can put them on top like this. Okay, then you stay with this part here. All right, so you can pull like this. All right, you can see very well. So after doing that, now I'm going to have this string on the right enter to the next two beads again. It's going to enter to the next two beads. All right, so this is the first bead. Okay, So putting it to the first bead again, it's going to enter to the next bead, like this. Okay, right, like that. And again on this side as well, you're going to put this string enter to these next two beads here. It's going to enter to the next two beads. It's the first one. Then it goes into the next bead as well. It's going to go into the next bead as well, like this. All right. So after doing that, after putting the both sides into two beads like this, I'm going to have one bead. It's the one I'll be using to tie. Okay. Be tying with one bead. So I intercross the both sides of the strings into this one bead like this. Then I pull. Like this. Alright. So after pulling, again I'm going to continue the same process. I'm going to have this string entered into the next two beads again. Okay. I'm going to have my string entered in the next two beads. It's the first one. Then it's going to enter again into the second bead as well, like this. Okay. So after doing that, even this other side as well, you're going to put this string into the next two beads. So it's going to enter to the next two beads like this. Then you pull. Okay. Then you pull. So after pulling, now you're going to have again one bead. So you're going to have one bead. So one will be tying with. So be tying with one bead. Like this. You intercross the both sides of the strings into this one bead like this. Then you pull. Like this. Then you pull. Alright. So after pulling, now I'm going to continue this same process over and over. Right. This same process. I put these strings go into the next two beads. Then I tie with one bead. Then I go into the next two beads, both sides. Then I tie with one bead. Same process all over until we reach again to this extreme end here, right? This extreme end where we started here, come back here, right? So after reaching this extreme end, hope you can see where we ended this side is where you also end this other side. Okay, hope you can see it's already beautiful. You can see you can open inside. Right? It's already beautiful. Okay, so you can also decide to either put a handle or you can also decide to put this. Okay, so you can try to put this. All right, and see. All right, so you can just like this. And so to put this like this. Okay, then you also bring this other side as well. From this other side as well. Do the same thing here like this. Okay, so this is how it looks like now. So beautiful, guys. Okay, you can go with it for your events, for your wedding and all that. You look really amazing, guys. So let me know what you think about this video, guys, this tutorial. Let me know what you think. In case you have any challenge, please comment. Let me know in your comments. All right, and in case you're new here, please consider subscribing for more amazing tutorials, guys. All right, so see you next time for another amazing tutorial on this very channel, guys. All right, so ciao.